actually, because pivot turns are awesome.
So we started off with our basic pivot turn, come down the line. So if we do it towards you, so it's coming down, walk out. We can do a couple. We can be going turning, walk out. The things we talked about were I like to be nice and grounded, not coming up, not going down too low, and Natasya matches me.
Yes, and also the connection I feel is really important. So making sure that when we start to get into those pivots, we start connecting as one person in a sense, so that we can. That's hilarious. Mel's just dressing like ET behind us, so that we can turn on that one axis and hold our balance without kind of wobbling all over the place.
And the other thing that we talked about was when we exit the move, we are going to pivot. I really want to drive out of the floor and open up.
Yeah.
As opposed to just kind of falling out.
And that grounding is really important because it makes you both completely responsible for your own weight. So each time we turn, myself as a follow has to do the equal amount of work that my lead is doing rather than expect him to carry me through those pivots. That's what's going to take us off our axis if I do that.
We then did a little tiny dip, so we sort of did walking, and then we just kind of went back into that. So if I'm walking straight in the line, I'm aiming to dip back along that line, not turning too far out. So again, if we do that on this line, we've got our pivot turn, catch, a little breath, and then just down like that. She's kind of, I can have her sort of front on, side on. We want to try maybe more side on. Down, sort of like that. And then we started to add the leg flick. So with the leg flick, we have just a little pulse down, bring your leg around, and then dip it.
And in all of those turns, I make sure my legs are relaxed. So the lead starts to think of all the possibilities he can then do because my leg is relaxed, and that's where the leg flick starts to come out of that, and you can get quite a big flourish if you want.
We talked about how you can be pivoting around like this, and you can do the leg flip from there and then bring it back around into the dip. But we've been doing it from that along the line, which takes a little bit more control. Also, when I do that leg flick, I stay with Taj until I bring her around from the dip. So I'm not trying to open my body up and have her spinning over here. I try to stay with her, trying to look after where she is before I decide where I'm going to step.
Yeah. My hips and my knees and everything is very relaxed, so I don't end up with this weird kind of leg kind of stiff out to the side. Because it's relaxed, it kind of sort of dangles from my knee in a sense. My thigh dangles from my hip, and the bottom of my leg and my foot dangles from my knee. That's what's going to help you get a much better sort of flick around without ending up with a stiff leg.
Then we did a little exit from it. So if we set up our dip in this direction, with the dip here, we came back up on weight, and then rather than walking out of it, I'm just going to bring it back down this line, pivot around on that line, and then walk back out this way. So it's kind of like a pivot turn with the ladies in front. So
which we've now called a 3-point turn.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. So if we just do that again, we have the little dip, we go up on weight, we bring her around, and then walk out. Maybe we should do that from a different angle.
Yes.
So we have our little dip this way, we come up, we go around, pivot, walk out. It's kind of a girl, lady in front, I think.
Yeah. And if you want to take it further, you can continue your pivots in the other way, the opposite direction.
Which is hard.
Yeah, it is tricky. So start with that first and then build up to it. But that is an intensive pivot turns and what you can do out of them to make them look fantastic class. See you next week for everything, including that. This has kind of been the sort of dips and flourishes block. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you next week. And thank you to Richard for standing.